Hey, this is Misa Laponte here with Boogie Down Games. Currently, I'm the lead programmer for this corporation. I wanted to talk about component design patterns. It's a great way to decouple your code. As you know, oftentimes as programmers, we're busy and we're trying to rush things, and sometimes we get spaghetti code or we end up with a script that's really huge, and then it's hard to find where to put appropriate things where they belong. Place things appropriately where they belong. And then we end up with massive scripts, massively long scripts, like so. This is a chip. This is a way to control the ship that we currently have, and it's a little bit too long. It references a lot of other scripts, and it's just a mess. So as you see here, let's go to our ship um, object here, and if you scroll down, you see that I split up a lot of uh, the coding into several scripts. So we have a player script, which is basically the hierarchical uh, control of the ship, and then we have the ship's rate casting base. In order for the ship to fly through the tunnel, it uses rate cast, and it checks to see how far it is from the wall and make sure that it's facing the right way. Then we have the ship's controls, which controls the player can control the ship with a controller. Then we have the ship's shields, we have the ship's weapons, we have the camera controller, we have the player stats. So instead of putting all this stuff into one massive script that I may or may not need in other game objects, I decided to split it up into different components. Now, oftentimes the components need to be to talk to other components, and so what we can do is send messages. In Unity, you can send messages globally. You can send messages locally local to the game object, or you can set up your own notification center, which is another design pattern, and just send to specific objects that you need if you know what those objects are. There's all sorts of tricks we can use. So basically, in order to communicate with different components, we could send let's take an example like ship shields. Every time the ship gets hit by something, it sends a message to whoever needs to be listening or whoever's listening to tell them what the current state of that collision is. So here we go, right here. So we hit a waypoint. The waypoint's a finish line. We send a message saying add lap time, which means the lap counter is going to record that lap time. And here we're also going to say if the race is finished, set the track time. Send a message, set the track time. Then now this is global. Send message is global. It will send to every object in your game. So you try not to do this all too often, and whoever's listening to it will run that. And then we have locally send a message upwards saying that we finished the race, and here's a parameter saying that we finished the race, and the parameter is finished race. And now whoever's listening to that will set up the state of the game. That's it for now. Hope you can see that decoupling is kind of cool, but oftentimes it is hard to debug because you got to find out who's receiving those messages. All right, see you later on the next video.